Let's get ready to Akamaf.
Finale.
Akamaf does not roll off the tongue like Akatar does.
No, it does. It does not at all.
Why is your microphone always like that?
I think so.
Your microphone could be at the other end of the room and your voice still sounds nice, so. Okay, but more importantly, this is the finale of A Court of Mist and Fury.
We are here.
This is it, which kind of makes me sad. I'm almost like, hey, when can we cover this again?
I know, because this is my favorite one.
Although there's so much in A Court of, what is it called? Wings and Ruin that I miss and I'm excited about when we get to it.
Yeah, that's true. Because even I was saying, like, when I finished A Court of Mist and Fury, it had, at the end of it, little excerpt. Right? Is that the right word?
I don't know.
Yeah, okay. You know.
A little preview.
Yes.
A preview.
And even though I know what happens, I was just like, I started reading it. I was like, oh, right, I'm so excited for this.
So I got excited because at the end of A Court of Mist and Fury, just those in chapters, and we're going to get into it, but that made me excited for the next because of what happens. But I wanted to clarify what our plans are moving forward.
Right, yes. Good call. That's why you're in charge of pretty much everything.
I'm the boss. I don't pay well. There's no benefits.
Yeah.
No sick days. But I will tell you what to do.
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you what to do.
Because I need it.
I will keep us organized. And what we agreed on, or what I proposed to you and you agreed on, was getting into the Plated Prisoner series.
Yes, because the last one of the whole series is coming out.
Yeah, book 6 in the Plated Prisoner series is coming out at the end of September. So we needed to jump into that before we got into A Court of Wings and Ruin. But
yes.
Don't be alarmed. Don't be alarmed, people, because we will get into that book. So our plan is we're going to cover the Plated Prisoner series for the rest of the month of August.
Yes.
And September.
Yes.
So we're going to cover those 5 books. And then moving into the last week of September and October, we're going to try our best to do both, which is going to be it's going to be a lot to tackle for us. Like, we're going to trying to do just the start of A Court of Wings and Ruin, and to do the brand new book in the Plated Prisoner series, which is called Goldfinch.
Yes, which will be interesting because we have not read it.
That's going to be something, yeah, exactly. That's going to be something brand new. We haven't covered a book that we haven't already know the ending and everything.
Yeah.
So we're actually going to be doing it in real time.
So really no spoilers because we don't know.
Yeah, which we're going to have to, oh my gosh, how are we going to do that? Slow ourselves down?
That's going to be the issue.
You want to breeze through it, right? You want to do it in like a 24-hour period.
I have a hard time doing that now, and I know what happens. I'm like, I got to stop at this chapter.
But that's the plan.
Yeah. And
the reason why we wanted to jump into A Court of Wings and Ruin before we're done the Plated Prisoner series is because we need to get into Court of Frost and Starlight during the Christmas season, and that was like that is a non-negotiable.
Yes, it is pretty much a Christmas Hallmark book.
It really is. So we're like, we need to do that in December, and obviously we need to do A Court of Wings and Ruin before we get into that, and we need to be done this book before December because we have a lot of winter cocktails we need to do.
God. I can't wait.
I have so many ideas. So we're putting a lot on our plate.
Yeah.
But don't you worry, we're going to continue the Akatar series. We just need to do a Plated Prisoner series by Raven Kennedy interlude.
Yeah. And if you haven't read it, highly recommend. I'm already flying through it.
It's very different than the Akatar series.
Yes.
But if you like the Akatar series, I think you would like it, even though it is very different from it.
Yeah, still like same type of genre.
It's still the fantasy genre. It just is different.
Yes. It's a very, well, we'll
Yeah,
obviously,
we'll get into it when we
that's
get
not why
into
we're here
it.
right now.
No, we are here to celebrate A Court of Mist and Fury, which is so many people's favorite book
Yes.
in the ACOTAR series. And I go back and forth between that and A Court of Wings and Ruin as my favorite book. But I'm sad to see it go, but I'm excited to talk about everything today.
Yes. And so much has happened, just like going
So
through,
much.
trying to pick like favorite moments.
Oh.
I was just like, oh my God.
There's so
The journey
many.
we have been on.
So we're going to cover the last two chapters, which are pretty short, and then
Yeah.
we're going to get into our most prestigious
ceremony.
award ceremony of all time.
That's right.
But
We did dress up this time as well.
oh yes,
Yes, we did.
Yes.
So just you wait till you see our...
Go look on our social media. We are on Instagram, we are on TikTok, and we'll show you our cute dresses.
They kind of go with the
And-
books now that I think of it.
Yeah, the bright colors.
Yeah, we went for bright colors. I originally wanted to do black, but it changed.
I changed your tune
You did.
when I brought those hot pink earrings and you proposed a purple dress of yours that I put on.
Yes.
So yeah, we actually looked very nice, which is not the usual for when we record, and so we dressed up a little because it is an occasion.
Yeah. And we are in a heat wave again.
Yes.
So it was sweaty, but we did it.
We are sweaty and hot.
Yes, we are currently recording in my new bedroom in the basement because it's colder down here. So this is where I sleep with all the podcast things.
These two hot ladies tolerating the heat in a basement.
Yes.
So tell us, you have the honor, you had the honor of doing our very first A Court of Mist and Fury drink. So you also, because I just did 2 drinks in a row,
Yes.
you get to do the final drink.
So exciting. So we started off the book with champagne because we were going to a wedding. And now we are ending it with a little champagne cocktail as well because it's an even better wedding that we aren't really attending.
Yeah, we didn't get to go.
But that's okay because it's a way better one, much happier one.
Yeah.
So I wanted to kind of, bring the champagne back, but also make it more night courtish.
More black.
Yeah, and I needed to use up
More
that
dark.
black vodka that I had.
Right.
So I used the black vodka for it. You don't have to, but I just did it for the...
Aesthetics.
Yes. So we are drinking... I don't even know. Well, I'm going to call it... I can't remember what I'm going to call it.
Yeah, what are you going to call it?
Where's our... Oh my god. Hi lady.
I love that.
Yeah.
Just High Lady.
High lady or High Lady of the Night Court.
Oh, that's so good.
Right? I feel like it just goes well.
Yeah.
So it is... This stupid phone. I know what's in it. So I had to get a sugar cube. You know what? Those aren't around that much. I had to go to a couple stores for it. Put a sugar cube. It's supposed to be... What is it called?
Angustura
bitters. Christine forgot to bring it back. So we used orange bitters, so it might have a different taste to it. We'll see.
Different spice, yeah.
So you put the sugar cube, the bitters, pour some vodka in there, and then top it off with some champagne or Prosecco.
Well, it looks very night courtish.
It really does, right? Can't you just see them cheersing after they got married with a glass of this?
Oh, yes. Okay.
Congrats, Reese and Farah.
Congratulations to us for completing book 2 in the ACOTAR series. You've done such a good job, Jamie.
Thank you. You too, with doing everything.
Stop it. Cheers.
Woo!
That's good.
Not mad at it.
I'm not upset. Are we gonna get a bunch of sugar at the bottom? Is that what's gonna happen?
I don't like. Yeah, I think so. I can kind of see it melting down there.
Mm.
I was actually kind of worried the vodka would be more stronger.
No,
But
it's
it's not.
Obviously, it reminds me of the Starlight drink. Or
Yeah.
the Starfall drink.
It's better than the Starfall drink.
It's better than the Starfall drink, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the vodka champagne combination.
I know, I've never done that
I really
before.
like it.
Great. Let's start drinking vodka and champagne mixed together now.
Yeah, what's gonna happen?
But yeah, I like that mix. I am curious to just see if the other bitters do anything else. Because I don't really taste the... So I used orange bitters instead.
I'm really curious too because the Angustura bitters to me, and I don't know if anyone else is familiar with it, but to me, it smells and tastes like nutmeg.
Mm-hmm.
The orange bitters might not be like in the forefront with these flavors. The Angustura though was pretty like strong, right? Like a nutmeg is like a
much stronger,
yeah.
Okay.
I like it regardless though.
Yeah. So how do we do this now? Where do we place? Do we just both place it somewhere?
Well, we're gonna be doing the cocktail countdown soon, so I feel like we should just keep it to ourselves.
Okay.
And we'll see. We will see. Okay, let's get into these last 2 chapters.
I'm gonna cry. Okay. Okay.
So the last we heard, Tamlin was taking Feyre to the spring court. They just left Highburn. But we get into chapter 68, which is a new point of view, which is Rhysand's point of view, which is so different. Like, we read lots of books where there's different point of views, but we don't get that in the ACOTAR series. So it's really nice to read a Rhysand perspective.
Yes, get his perspective on things. Like, yes, Rhys. It's his real first intro into his mind, you guys.
And I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. It makes me love him more.
Mm-hmm.
But this scene made me love Amryn so much more. I was finishing my notes today because I go back and I add like is there any quotes that I like? So I went and looked at it today. Yeah, and I wrote down it was appropriate to cry here, right? Because I was on my couch by myself crying at this because Amryn just kept repeating, "Where is she?
Yeah, I know.
Where is she?"
And I was listening to the audio thing today.
Yeah.
Of it. I was like, oh my god. And even in my notes, I'm just like, Amryn.
And Rhysand's just like explaining, and she's like, "Where is she?"
Yeah, just answer my damn question.
I don't know why my initial read of this series, this is repetitive, I know, but I didn't notice Amryn much.
No, like she just didn't stand out to me as much, and now she's like one of my favorite people.
She gives a shit.
Yeah.
Right? She's like, get her back. Where
are you talking about? Yes.
Shut up, Rhysand.
But yeah, like they land, she's just like, what's happening? And then first of all, Amryn and Mor can heal people.
That was another thing I noticed, was Mor being able to use her powers to at least like stop the bleeding from Cass and Az.
Yeah. And then Amryn's doing like the same thing. I was like, oh.
There's so many things I didn't notice.
I know.
The first few times around.
Yeah.
So anyway, Mor explains to Amryn what Feyre did.
Yeah. Rhys really couldn't say it.
Right. But Amryn's like, hey, it's impossible to break that bond. So the bond that we had thought that had been broken, that everyone in the room had thought had been broken, the mating bond.
They're both screaming and
in pain, which from what we hear from Rhysand, it was painful.
Yes.
But what he explains to Amryn, because she's like, no, that bond can't be broken.
Yeah.
He's like, no, it can't. It was the deal that they made under the mountain.
The bargain.
That is what was broken, and that mating bond is so much deeper that the King of Highburn didn't even touch it.
Well, now Feyre doesn't have her tattoo, though.
But she has it on the other arm, though.
She has a different one, yes.
A different one, which I assume is like its twin. No? That's what I assumed.
Oh, I didn't think it was.
Oh. Well, because even the bond, I assumed that it was like the Night Court, like Illyrian type of
Oh yeah. Well, I'm curious now. I'm gonna look more into it. It was just sad to lose that.
I mean, it was a crucial part.
Right?
But Amryn's like, go get her back.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Go get her back. Bree says that she's gone. What? She's gone undercover.
She's a spy.
She is a spy.
Feyre, the spy now.
Which I don't know. Like, that's pretty smart.
So smart.
And she had to think of that all on her own.
While also breaking down the barrier so they could winnow away.
Yeah.
And, like, protect her sisters, protect her new family.
But that shows you how connected Rhys and Feyre are. just how connected they are as a couple, but also how connected they are just as people and how they think.
Yes.
Where she follows through with this plan and then he catches on and knows exactly what she's doing, even though they cannot communicate.
Yeah.
That's pretty
like, cool. Obviously, he didn't want to let her do that, but yeah, that they're able to just be like, okay, I get what you're doing. I'm going along with it. Couple of the year.
But this makes me really excited to see Feyre infiltrate the Spring Court, not as Feyre that came from the Human Lands. She's going to be Feyre that comes from the Night Court, pretending to be Feyre from the Human Lands.
Yes, and she's not only Feyre from the Night Court, she is High Lady of the Night Court, because those two snuck off.
And got married.
Yes. So...
But not just married, declared the High Lady of the Night Court, which is very different.
Yes.
And Rhysand explains because Amren is like, bleh, bleh, bleh.
Like, what?
And so is Mor like, what? She's a High Lady of the Night Court, which is totally different because usually you get married and that's just your wife.
Yeah, because I think Mor is like, not consort.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Rhysand says, not consort, not wife. Feyre is High Lady of the Night Court. And then he thinks, my equal in every way, she would wear my crown, sit on a throne beside mine. Never sidelined, never designated to breeding and parties and child rearing. My queen.
You know what? If I ever get married, those are going to be my vows.
Exactly. Just repeat these.
Yeah.
But I think it speaks to his experience with his mom.
Yes.
And his sister, and seeing like how amazing they are, and just, I don't know, it's such a different perspective on power. And just
I think
knowing
just seeing
more and then getting to know Feyre, and it's just like, there's nothing to be afraid of.
Yeah.
Having someone equal by your side with equal there's nothing to be afraid of if you trust them and respect them and love them. Like, we are equals. What are we afraid of here?
Well, most men in the world. Yes.
Power.
Yeah, they want all the power, which he's obviously seen in a lot of the other courts. That's very much, they're like, no, like the women will never be that powerful. They'll never be that high up. And this really just makes me love him more when I thought I couldn't. But I love him even more.
But it is a reflection of the inner circle, too, because we think of Tamlin and Lucien and how Tamlin is Lucien's friend, but still is like, it's still a hierarchy.
Yes.
Whereas when we met the inner circle, it was very much like, okay, Rhysand is a leader, but everyone's opinion is equal. Everyone's opinion is valid. So it feels like it's so in line with that.
Yeah. Which is, the whole thing is just very in line with what his character is.
But Amren's... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, they have matching tattoos. I just want to mention that. Because when they did the thing, it says something like, so now they have a matching tattoo, that if someone looked at her hand, they would see a matching tattoo to his.
Oh, okay.
So that's super cute. You know, you should get matching tattoos. You don't even have any tattoos. I don't even know why.
Neither of us have tattoos. I'm so scared of tattoos.
Why?
Because it's just forever. And when I look back, like, I love, for example, like, clothes or, like, aesthetics, like, makeup, hairstyles, and I think of, like, if I went back, like, 5 years from now, like, my opinion and what I like changes so much that if I choose something, will I like it? Like, I'm so scared that my opinion will change because it has changed so much in terms of what I like, and it's permanent on your body. Even though I love tattoos and like people with tattoos, and I think it's like such a cool thing.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I'll just keep getting my own tattoos then.
Watch me, my first tattoo was like a big spread of books and booze on my back. It's my podcast.
Ask me about it.
So Rhysand says they're gonna go to war. They're gonna go to war.
Yeah.
That's what they're gonna do in the meantime while Feyre is away.
Yeah, she's gonna relay messages to him when she can. And obviously she does have to be careful to not like have a facial reaction, because we kind of get there and they're just getting to the Spring Court. So chapter 69, I guess we're going to.
Yeah.
But yeah, when they get there, she has to play her part.
Oh my god, this is such a funny chapter.
Yeah, I love it. Like, I feel like Lucien's just like glaring at her.
Okay, my first my first few quotes. Can you be Tamlin?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I thought I'd never see it again.
I thought you would never either.
And you sold us out, sold out every innocent in this land for that, all so you could have me back.
That was her thinking.
That was her inner thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah, so one of my thoughts was, it sort of reminds me when Rhys, and I think this was ACOTAR, when Rhys told her about how he would have done whatever he could to protect his court.
Yes.
But Tamlin didn't.
Yes, right.
Like, Rhysand would have made Feyre fall in love with him in order to save his people.
Yeah.
Like, that would have been the sacrifice.
Yeah.
And so it's almost like Tamlin's repeating the same thing.
Yeah.
Right? That he is kind of putting his people at risk in order to get her back, because he's letting Hybern come into his court and infiltrate his court.
Yeah, he's just very selfishly thinking.
He's a different leader.
Yeah. But I do love her like inner thoughts as she's like saying like pretty things, and then I also just like feel like walking back up and like her describing like where he locked me in and like the window. I'm like, oh,
it's triggering for sure. But
now she's just like a new woman with a new title.
I just have a funny one of so Feyre says to Tamlin, "You're real. You freed me." And then in her head, she thinks it was an effort not to turn my hands into claws and rip out his eyes.
Okay, yes, I did love that.
Whoa.
Yeah. Just like, I love it. That's also why I'm like, oh, I wish I could keep reading. Just like I've seen stuff posted on like Instagram and stuff about this whole next part in the other book when she's there, when she's playing this role, and it's just like there's so many funny parts.
So funny, especially between her and Lucien.
Yeah, because he's like, okay,
but before we get to Lucien, I know there's another one. There's another inner dialogue that's so funny to me. Okay, do you want to read the Feyre and then I'll read her inner thoughts?
Okay. I want to be a part of this time. No more shutting me out. No more guards. Please, I have so much to tell you about them. Bits and pieces. But I can help. We can get my sisters back. Let me help.
Help lead you in the wrong direction. Help bring you and your court to your knees and take down Jurian and those conniving, traitorous queens, and then tear Ianthe into tiny pieces and bury them in a pit no one can find.
Oh, it's so good. It's so, yeah.
Whoa, Feyre. But yes, Feyre.
Yes, you do that. Yeah, and like Lucien kind of is like also questioning.
Yeah,
her.
let's talk Lucien's suspicion, because that's also funny.
Yeah, he's like, but how did you
get free?
Yeah. Lucien obviously sees it, but then at one part she's like, he can't make too many waves because Elaine is his mate. Yes, so and Tamlin's already looking at him too, like, Lucien, shut up. I got her back.
Right.
Relax, bro.
She sees Lucien's suspicion, and so she thinks that he knows that they let a fox into a chicken coop, but knowing that he won't do anything about it. And she says, I gave Lucien a sweet, sleepy smile. So our game began.
I loved that.
And that's what made me really excited for A Court of Wings and Ruin.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm excited for that game to begin. That's hilarious.
Yes, that was a great ending part.
Yeah.
I do also like that we ended the last book returning to the Spring Court. And we're doing it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just totally different.
They're in totally different places.
Yeah. Huh. Well, that's the end.
Yes.
Oh my god, it's so weird to be at the ending.
I know. The journey.
It was a journey. Sorry.
Okay.
I don't know what a good intro to an awards ceremony should be.
I was like, dun 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 dun.
That's interesting.
That's not the one that I wanted to use, but
da, 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 da.
Dun, 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 dun. It's more exciting.
Welcome to the most prestigious award ceremony you'll ever attend.
Woo!
I don't know if the audience at an award ceremony is that excited. But
For this, they would be. Little pat, hand clap.
We will be giving the awards for...
What are we going to do first?
The best cocktail maker of this season. A cringe moment. A favorite moment.
It's my cringe moment might be that voice if you keep using it.
I'll take it. The Steve Buscemi Award for Achievement in Multicasting. Casting Hill, I Will Die On. Word mispronunciation, Medal of Honor. Ultimate Loser. And the Ultimate MVO, Most Valuable Object. And the Ultimate Most Valuable Player, the Ultimate MVP.
Woo-hoo! Okay, what are we going to start with, though?
We're gonna start with the cocktail countdown.
Ooh.
So, for anyone that doesn't know, the cocktail countdown means that we are gonna count down the cocktails that we have made throughout the season from our least favorite to our most favorite.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to do something a little bit different. Last season, we did just who was on top.
Right, yes.
Right? So you named one of yours on top. I named one of mine on top. So it was like, oh, we're tying.
Yeah.
So this season, we're going to do things a little bit different where we're going to...
There's going to be like kind of a point system.
Yeah, point system. So from 1 to 14... And then whoever has the least amount of points is the winner of this season. Whoever has made has done the best in the cocktail making situation, which I think it's neck to neck. Like from what we've talked about, and I think from what we've talked about throughout the season, it is neck to neck because both of us have made some really great cocktails, and we have also made some duds. We have both also made ones that are just in the middle.
I feel like I made more duds, to be honest, though.
But you've also made some great ones, which could make up for it in the point system.
Yes, we will see.
But I do just want to give props to us for our evolution.
Yes, from last season.
And if you listen to last season's finale, we did laugh at ourselves in terms of like... we were so proud, like I was so proud of myself for making, like, for example, the Stanley Tucci Paloma, and it was so just like, it was so basic.
Yeah.
And so just to compare with this season, we have stepped it up. We've tried new ingredients. We've tried new techniques.
We now know what bitters are, which is so
We know what bitters are.
Yeah. We know more things now. It's very exciting.
We've used the muddle.
Yes, multiple times.
I now am like the shaker is essential.
Yes.
Right?
Another thing that also can be essential, which I still have not done. Sometimes you need a cold cup.
Yes.
It's another thing.
Like we are elevating ourselves. We are basic bitches trying to be
not as basic.
Less basic bitches in our houses.
Okay. I'm excited to see how this is gonna go.
Which was your least favorite of the season?
It pains me to say this because it's like my favorite part of the book, but chapter 54.
Okay. Yes, mine is also chapter 54. The reason I hesitated was because I just have them in the wrong names in my notes. Because I have it written down as cabin.
Same thing.
But yeah, chapter 54, for sure. You had mentioned that you redid it, though.
And it wasn't as bad.
Okay.
Like, it was actually pretty good, but I couldn't go off that.
The redo, though, would you have stuck it somewhere different?
Yes, I would have put it up a little bit more.
A little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're on the same page so far.
Okay, now you have to say your next one first.
My next one is Rainbow of Valaris.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
What's yours?
Starfall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was just based on, it was just based on taste. Like Rainbow Valaris, it was like a sweet, cute drink, but it was like, there was no like different notes to it. Like there wasn't any different flavors. It was just like, oh, I'm having like a sweet slushy drink.
I really enjoyed it.
Okay, well that makes me happy.
Yeah. I picked Starfall because it was aesthetically so pleasing, but to drink it wasn't that great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. The next one.
I'm not drunk, I'm drinking.
Okay. I have that one way more up than you.
I struggled with that, and then it kept going down as I was like thinking about the other ones. Even though I did really enjoy it, and I'm just like, okay, you know what? Can I switch that? I'm gonna put it one up.
Okay.
I'm gonna put the High Lady one right now instead.
You're gonna have the High Lady one right now?
Yeah.
Okay. I was trying to like make sense of it.
Okay. Yes, my choice is High Lady, and not
Okay.
because I don't like it, but it's just not up there for me.
Oh, mine. Mine was the Weaver's Tea. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. I mean, I know you don't care for it.
I don't.
We're so opposite this round.
I don't like it.
Oh, I love it so much.
And on paper, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense that is a good drink. Just in my mouth, it's a no. But when you order it and when other people order it, I'm like, yeah, I can understand that people like it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But it's just...
It's not for you.
It's not for me.
Okay. Next one, obviously, mine is now I'm not drunk, I'm drinking.
Okay.
See, now I'm like, okay, I'm sticking with what I have. Sorry.
Okay.
Now I'm like really second guessing stuff. I'm like,
mine was Starfall, if that helps.
Yes, that. Now you go.
And Starfall, there was nothing like wrong with.
No, it was
just like but I love the stars. That was so cool. And you know what? Even on media, like when we showed like videos or like the pictures, I don't know that it did it justice. Like those little stars that went through.
It looked so cool.
Like when you actually poured the liquid over those stars and they actually fell like Starfall. It was so cool.
And things were glittering. It was a very cool drink.
Yeah.
What number are we on right now? 10?
Okay, I'm sorry. We are on 10.
Okay.
High Lady.
Okay.
That's the drink that we had today, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, same.
I enjoyed it. I wish we got the sugar cube. It's like, the sugar cube is a cute thing where it's like, oh, pour it over the sugar cube, but it's like, okay, but we should probably mix it.
Yeah, or do like you put more
like I wonder
sugar cube in it.
Yeah.
I'm just actually curious if I do this.
But it's still enjoyable.
But yes, still enjoyable. Mine was Tamlin sour grapes.
Okay.
Same reasoning. Okay, number 9.
Mine was the Golden Queen.
Same.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
This one might be a candidate for one of those episodes for a redo.
Yep.
Because I was really excited to do peaches.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's so much you can do with a peach drink. And it just let me down a little bit, even though it was okay. It was enjoyable.
Yeah.
I you know what I've been thinking of is it should have been like a really ripe peach. Like a really...
yeah.
Right? It's like when you make banana bread with a really ripe banana. It's like it should have been a really ripe peach.
Yes.
And like we said in the episode, more basil. I was
100%.
scared of the basil. I was scared of adding too much basil because I was like, basil in a cocktail. But honestly, more basil.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that made a difference. Okay, number 8. I have Summer Court. So that was a pina colada.
I have Tamlin sour grapes. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, last season we were...
like pretty much on...
For anyone who didn't hear it, we were shocked because every drink that we named out loud was the same. We had the same ratings. And so we're a little bit different this time, and we're gonna continue to be, but it's kind of I want it to be different.
Yes, it's what makes it more interesting if it's different. Okay, number 7.
Mine's oh my gosh, I keep having the different names, and I'm not. I was gonna say the Rob Roy, but it's I'm not drunk, I'm drinking.
Okay.
And this was a really hard one to put on the list, which I think you sort of spoke to, because it is such... It
was a very surprising drink that I actually did enjoy it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's just like a hard liquor drink.
Yes.
But the reason that I wanted to put it a little bit higher on my list is because I know that when we had it, we genuinely enjoyed it.
Yes, like we had another one after.
Yeah, we stopped recording and then we had a second one. Yeah, which true. Is dangerous. But we did it.
Yes.
And then I think it was the last time we recorded.
We had another one
again. We had one before we recorded. I was like, let's remake it.
So we didn't have the cherries.
We didn't have the cherries, and we didn't have the bitters. And we were like, no, we need the cherries and we need the bitters. So
those things make a difference,
don't miss
guys.
Those things.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one was a shocking one, and it was one we enjoyed, which is why I bumped it up.
Yeah, see, now I'm like kind of second guessing one, so I just have to stick with my list.
No, I know.
It's so hard.
I know.
Okay, mine was the most dramatic wedding ever. I really liked it. I just had I went back and forth, and it was up higher at one point, and then I moved it down. But I did, again, I'm just being repetitive. It was good. That's all I can say. It was great.
It was good. Okay. So number 6, I did the night court, which was the blackberry sangria.
Yes.
And there was a lot of talk about this sangria because, there was a large bottle of blackberry syrup that still exists in Jamie's cupboard.
Right at the back now.
It's a lot. It's like a liter. And I don't know what we're going to do with it.
It's like we have to have a girls' night and just make a big punch with it or something.
Exactly. I don't know why I just didn't make a blackberry simple syrup. But no, I needed to order blackberry syrup from the internet. But that was a good sangria.
It was great.
And honestly, from that experience... and also the experience with our Akatar sangria drinks. I feel like I've gotten so much better at making sangria.
Yes.
And I have such a more instinct for making it that the blackberry one, I'm like, I could do better. Even though that blackberry one is good. See,
now, next season, I have to do a sangria because I've never done one. So I'm going to do that. Okay, number 5.
Number 5, I did for Du Bois.
Ooh, I have the Water Wraith.
Okay.
So Water Wraith?
Yeah.
Great drink. That was like a mojito, right?
It was a mojito, yeah.
I love a good mojito, but I'm also not like a huge mojito fan. But it was really good.
I hate them.
You literally made one when you got here. It was very, very good. Mm-hmm. And I did enjoy it. So that's why it's also number 5 for me.
Yeah, I walked into your house and I had the ingredients and I was like, Jamie, do you want a mojito? And she's like, no. And then I just made one for myself. So, but for Du Bois has such a place in my heart, right? The Birgarita.
It was amazing.
It was really good. Yeah. I think one of the reasons why I put it farther down the list is because I'm a little self-conscious that it's like basic.
But you had like the real ingredients.
I know. Now, am I going to make it again?
Am I going to make it again? Yes, I already did.
And then, no, I just had a memory. I did make it again after we recorded.
Oh.
I made one for Eddie.
Oh, did he love it?
He didn't end up drinking it.
Oh.
But I made one for him. But we have children and something happened and then he couldn't drink it and then it was warm. But he likes that too. But no, that drink is wonderful. So we recommend.
Highly, highly recommend.
Yeah.
Love it.
Okay, we're getting up there.
Yeah, okay, number 4. I have the night court for that one. I really enjoyed it. And again, sangria. It was delish.
I have the summer court.
Ooh.
This is a big deal for me because I am not a pineapple or coconut fan.
Yeah.
But the freshness of it.
Oh, I kind of want one now. Today would be a great day to have one.
And even though it was supposed to be slush and then wasn't slush, I think I like it either way.
Yeah.
Like yours is more liquid. Like I would like it either way.
Yeah.
It was really good.
I would actually like to make that again. See, now I'm second guessing where I have it again.
Okay, that's something to remember when we're going through this is like there's so many in the middle that
I'm gonna just start doing when I do it, be like, would I have it again? Like, would I make it again? And then see where I go. Okay, number 3.
Top 3. Okay, my third is the Water Wraith.
Okay.
And I obviously I've already spoke to this. I love a mojito, which when you go back to the Weaver episode, you'll get some background. I was a mint hater.
Oh God, yes.
I was a mint hater.
There's a whole topic about it. Whole section. I have Yay Friendship.
Okay.
Which I actually did make again for my friends.
Yes.
And it's a delicious, delicious drink, and I love it so much. That was probably almost my number 1.
Really good. Number 2.
The Weaver's Tea. I gave it number 2. I struggled a little bit, but...
It's a 12 for me. And a 2 for you.
Yep.
What do you love about it?
Everything. It just... I love the taste. I also, like, love tea. But
okay,
I love that
makes a difference.
It's just, like, hot and good in the taste, and it's so good after dinner. Yeah, I also love tea, though. So I think that has, like, a lot to do with it.
For sure.
And I love that it is, like, a stronger drink, but it's doesn't taste that strong. Oh, it's just really good.
The Most Dramatic Wedding.
Ooh!
It was my number 2.
Yay! I want to, like, make it again because I almost, like, forget because that was so...
Well, I think I told you, like, there's certain flavors that I just love when it's just, like, bubbly and light and citrusy.
Yes.
Like, I will... Yeah, you got me. You got me.
Yeah. It was a good,
So, Jamie,
simple...
you got me with your citrus bubbly drinks.
I did.
Oh.
Number 1. My number 1 is For the Boys.
Yes!
I loved it.
I love that.
So much. It was so good.
I
feel
love
like
that.
Really, with, like, the real ingredients, it makes such a difference.
Oh my God, that makes me so happy. Especially with what I just said. With like, I feel like I couldn't put it up more just because it was, I don't know, I feel self-conscious for Du Bois.
Yeah,
like
you really,
like
that's why I was so surprised when you had it. I was like, what? I was like,
even though
so good.
It's so good. I don't know.
Because it's a margarita. So it's just...
It's just a really good margarita with like real ingredients, and then you add some beer. But
it's delicious.
I don't know. I guess the basics do it, right?
Yeah. But I feel like also like even like the pina colada.
When
you use like those real ingredients, it's such a difference. Like if we make it how we normally would have made it, no, I wouldn't have had it at my number 1.
Okay, well that makes me happy.
Oh.
And look at this. My number 1 is one of your drinks.
I don't even know what it is.
Yay Friendship.
Oh, yay.
So when I had that drink, as soon as I took a sip of that drink, I was like, this is my number 1.
It was the wine because it's like
I knew it immediately.
Oh, okay.
Where it was like it's gonna take something to blow this out of the water to make something else my final drink, but it was such a good first taste.
Yeah.
What was it? It was
1 cup of sugar. There was that ginger in it. White
ginger
wine.
simple syrup.
Yeah. Blanc vermouth. The lemon juice, club soda, orange bitters, and some basil.
Okay, well, just all of my favorite ingredients.
Yeah, it was delicious. Oh, that's fun that we had opposites.
Yeah.
Okay, do we add it up?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've tallied up the scores. Christine has a score of 97.
Oh, okay.
And I have a score of 113, which means...
Whoa!
You are the winner! Congratulations!
My reaction was I thought you won. I was like, oh, 113, good job, Jamie!
No, it works the opposite way.
It is the opposite, but Rosa less.
Then you win!
Okay, yay for me!
Yeah, right? That's exciting.
I am the what do you call it?
Season 2 Cocktail Connoisseur winner.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Congratulations. You get nothing.
I get honor.
Yes, true. So now next season I gotta beat you.
Well, let's see with your plate of prisoner cocktails.
Mm-hmm.
Let's continue on with our award ceremony.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Okay, first on the docket is the cringe moment.
I have so many.
You have so many?
I did, like, once, like, looking back, I was like, oh, and then this.
Cringe moment?
Yeah.
Okay, can we just start with the one that's most obvious?
The one that we talked about right in the beginning?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Which we named it right, like, probably, like,
we did.
episode 2.
We said this is probably the cringe scene of the season.
Yeah.
Which is the Tamlin scene where he says, protect. Oh no, this is Feyre's interpretation, but
Yeah.
she thinks, protect. I could see the word in his eyes, feel it in every thrust he made into my body that night.
Yeah, it was just the worst. And it's like,
It was gross.
Yeah. Cringe. Okay, another one I have is just Ianthe. Just her.
There's no moment?
Yeah, they're like, I'm more just like her as a person. And
You're a cringe moment as a person.
I think her when Farah, when he shows Farah like what happened between like the two of them, and you just kind of really see like the type of person she is. Was that moment, and then like the water wraith when walked by and she like grabbed her belt, like, oh my god, she's gonna steal my belt.
Oh, that's a good one.
Or her just ones where you could hear her, how she would change her voice with Tamlin, like just her.
Yeah, no, those are good examples for sure.
And my other one was Amarantha Starfall. When Rhys talked about Starfall, how when it was under the mountain, so on Starfall with Farah, and he said she knew how important it was to him, so every Starfall, she made sure he was in her bedroom, servicing her for the entire night. And she knew how important it was to him. I was just like, ew, God, you're awful. Thank God you're dead.
Okay, that's, The other one I had was Lucian trying to save Feyre.
Oh, yeah.
And then that was weird. Because he was like, hey, I'm here to save you. And I was like, oh, no, you don't want to be saved. Do I save you? Do I not?
This just got really awkward.
It was uncomfortable.
Now you have wings.
The other one was just at the end of the book where Lucian literally cringed at Tamlin.
Oh, okay. Yes, that's a good one.
Which is a literal cringe.
It was written out.
Because Sarah J. Maas literally wrote the word cringe.
Lucian cringed.
Yeah.
Tamlin doesn't go in your way.
Yeah, but I still, if I'm going to pick one, like if those are our nominees, I'm still going to pick the Tamlin sex scene. Same. Okay, good.
Yep. Good. Agreed.
Congratulations, Tamlin. You won.
You're the cringiest.
Oh my gosh.
What do we got next?
Yeah, let's do our favorite moment.
How many do you have?
I have 6.
Okay.
I don't need to tell them all. I have favorites.
I have like 12.
What?
Can you
do you want me to start?
Yeah.
Okay. So one of my favorite moments is when Feyre is flying with Az and she says, I don't really know where I fit in anymore. And he says, I've been alive almost 5.5 centuries and I'm not sure of that either. Which I just thought was like such a human experience where you can just go through life and sort of everyone feels like they're a little bit like, and then, do I belong? Like, am I doing the thing that makes me accepted? And then when people do feel accepted, they get really rigid, like they can't go beyond that because if they go beyond that, they won't be accepted. Like, it's a very like human struggle.
Yes.
Which
a good one.
Which is why that quote spoke to me.
Yeah. Okay, well now I'm like, shit, I don't know quotes.
Okay, well let's just do a few back and forth and then we can choose what's our favorite.
Okay, well this is kind of a quote. One of my favorite parts is when Rhys says, Did you enjoy the sight of me kneeling before you? It's always one of my favorite. I love it.
And one of the good things about that quote is because it's still in that realm of, you like me, I like you.
Yes. And also, I just liked it because how, like, just more with, like, in the book, how he talks about he'll never, like, kneel in front of anyone with, like, his, like, tattoos. And it's still, like, a fun moment, but also just, like, him kind of showing at the same time, now that we know so many more things. Like, that's just, like, I don't know. I just really like it.
I mean, jumping off from that, if I'm gonna bring it back to the start of the book, which is the wedding scene.
Oh, like, my God, I completely forgot about that. Oh, I bet this is gonna be one of mine. Yeah, I'm just gonna have a last sip of my champagne here.
That's my...
Okay.
That's one of the best...
When Reese interrupts the wedding, I'm assuming that's what you're going to be talking about?
Well, there's two different parts, which is... So, I whirled and through the night, drifting away like smoke on the wind. I found Rhysand straightening the lapels of his black jacket. Hello, fair darling, he purred. And then, on a different scene, what a pretty little wedding.
Yeah, okay.
That scene.
I can't believe I completely missed that.
Is there any more on yours?
Yeah. It's kind of like a chapter, so it wasn't really a scene, but just like their night out in Valeris.
Oh, that's one that I missed.
Right? Like just as their friend group, like with the food and that, like,
yes.
It was such like a normal thing, but I just really loved, like, nothing dramatic was happening.
Yes.
But it just like makes me like feel warm and happy, and I just really,
I
just really enjoyed it.
Yeah, a stroll through the city and then having a good meal. And then, love that.
Right.
Okay, I have a couple obvious ones, which is the mate conversation.
So I just have chapter 54.
Okay, so I just have Theodore gives a speech, and then Rhys looked up, his face gleaming with tears. He went still as I leaned in, kissing away one tear, then the other, as he had once kissed away mine. When my lips were wet and salty with them, I pulled back far enough to see his eyes. You're mine, I breathed.
Just those, chapter 54, chapter 55, really just wins the book. Another one I had is when Cassian becomes a superhero. I just really enjoyed that. Just anything with Cassian.
But what is a winner? What is your favorite?
Oh my God. Can I say another one?
Yeah.
Again, I don't have the quote, but when she is falling with the adder.
Okay, that was also on my notes
and
too.
This is and just saying that, I loved that part. I'm gonna say,
you know what I loved was the summer court too.
I know I didn't have it enough.
Just
in
that
here.
whole section of them going to the summer court was so fun.
It was. I really enjoyed that little vacation that we took.
The pleasure barge.
I am torn between the wedding scene. I want to give it to like the chapter 54.
Okay.
The wedding. The wedding.
Okay, I was just going to say I'm going to give it to the wedding scene.
It's just so good. It makes me happy just thinking about it.
Even though we knew, like, eventually Rhysand would have to show up. It was such a good scene.
The timing,
what
he said,
the overconfidence,
the hand in his pocket
of Tamlin. It was just all wonderful.
Yeah, agreed. Okay.
Yeah, okay, so we agree. Yeah. The Steve Buscemi Award for Achievement in Multicasting.
Dun, dun, dun.
Do you have anyone, my dear?
Well, I always have two people. Reggae. Is that right?
It's Reggae.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have Reggae and Jenna Ortega.
That's exactly who I have. Okay, so we have Reggae, Jean Page, not Jean Paul.
Not Jean Paul.
It's Jean Page.
I feel like I want to give it to him.
Well, okay, so who do we have for Jenna Ortega? The Water Wraith.
The Weaver. I talked about.
We had it for the Water Wraith and the Weaver?
I didn't have her for the Weaver, but I talked about how I wanted to.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Reggae was I cast him as Azriel, and then you cast him as
Tarquin.
Which I think a lot of people have cast him as Tarquin.
Yes. So I win.
You are the winner.
Yeah.
So he won.
Yes, congratulations.
Well, I know Steve Buscemi personally, and he says congratulations.
Well, that was so nice of him.
That was so nice of him.
Just take the time.
Yeah.
To do that.
You can send a gift basket. Casting Hill You Will Die On.
So I didn't have any this one where I was like, oh, this is like a lot of them I kind of went through and I'm like, I totally love this choice that I have, but I'm like, I could like budge on it and not be like upset. I just want to shout out Mary-Kate and Ashley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Still think they would do just, that's who I will always picture. Even though I kind of struggled, but I'm like, I can't ever not picture those two. And
well, you might have to blackmail them into that role.
Yeah, that's fine. Tarquin, as we just discussed.
Reggae.
Yeah.
Yep.
And my Amryn, Zoe Kravitz.
Okay, if I am gonna push you in any direction, it's Zoe Kravitz. I feel so strongly about it, as similarly to our last finale when you felt strongly about my casting.
Yes. Yes. Okay, that's fair.
Like, Zoe Kravitz is such a good pick.
Yeah.
Because I did feel like I don't know that I have one that I will die on.
Yes.
I mean, I might be stabbed on, but I won't die on. So the one that I have that is most prominent is Reggae for Az. And that
well, we talked about it. You felt very strongly about it.
And it's not that I don't understand that other people can't be put in that role, or I don't see him as Tarquin. It's just, I imagine him.
Like, that's who you have had.
That's who I have, and I can't get it out of my head.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
So my runner-up are Taylor Swift as the Golden Queen.
Mm-hmm. That's a great one.
And CJ as...
CT?
Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. CT as Cass.
Please apologize to CT. Yeah, those are good ones.
Yeah.
Woo! Okay, what's our next award?
Oh, word mispronunciation.
I have nothing for that.
I think we were more conscious of it this time.
Yeah.
Like, one is Ianthe, but that's one that we sort of corrected ourselves before we started, because I had read it as Ianthe.
Yes, and I read it as something else. No, I can't even remember. Oh, is that all we have?
No, Prince Dracon. I think we went back and forth between Prince Dracon and Prince...
Draco?
I have them written down, but I know we said it differently. Dracon.
I said Draco. I don't even see that now. I don't know.
One thing I clocked when I was editing was Book of Bindings.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Book of Bindings or Book of Breathings?
Oh, breathings. Is it?
Right? Because I had been saying it wrong.
It's Book of Breathings.
Yeah, so I was saying Book of Bindings.
Oh.
I know.
Weird.
One thing I saw on social media was someone who was saying Cassian as Cassian.
Okay, I think I've seen that.
And that made me laugh. It's just like one of those things where you're reading books and then you never say it out loud and you're just like, yeah, that's the name. And then you say it to another person and they're like, what are you talking about?
Oh, we did the tithe. We were calling it the teeth.
The teeth.
Yes, because then even, I think Christina has said, she's like, I was so confused.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
She's like, did I miss something?
The teeth.
The teeth.
It's the tithe.
Yeah.
Cressida.
Ooh, that was a hard one. Cressida?
Cressida is what I said in my head.
Yeah.
But it's Cressida. Okay, and then I had down Rega Jean Paul. It's Rega Jean Page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that one makes sense. It's easy to confuse the two.
If you're a Jean Paul fan.
Yeah.
So when I was editing the last episode, you kept calling the King of Highburn just Highburn, as if Highburn was just his name.
Yes.
Highburn was saying, or Highburn, like, it's the King of Highburn.
Yeah. Oh.
That Highburn is a place.
Yeah, you're 100% correct on that.
Yeah.
Well, that's a
but
good
I mean,
catch.
the list is a lot smaller, so good for us.
We're getting better. We
did it.
Maybe next season we'll get rid of it because we're just like,
we're just gonna be so good at it.
We were perfect. Don't need it.
Okay, but a real award is a Medal of Honor.
Yes.
And
It is a real award.
This is just as honorable as if the president gave it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes, we are just as important.
Just as important.
Okay.
Okay, you go first.
I have 2, but really my main one is the Golden Queen.
Oh, that's a really good one.
Yeah, I think she deserves that.
She does.
Yeah.
For sure.
Especially, she lost all her hair at the end, shaved off,
Oh,
died on a
tortured.
spiked pole.
Yeah.
But she was like, I believe in what you're saying, and I believe in your love, and she risked her life for the better.
Mine is retroactive.
I don't even know if I know what that means.
It means rewind. Claire Boudoir.
What?
Claire Boudoir.
How?
Because we never gave it to her.
Oh.
We never gave it to her, so that's why it's retroactive.
Okay, yes. I see what you're saying, yeah.
She should have been given
Yeah.
a Medal of Honor because she sustained, even though she didn't feel the torture, she's...
And I mean, her whole family died.
Observed
everything,
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's a
so
good
I
one.
wanted to give it to her.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like it.
Okay. Ultimate loser.
Okay, so this is my ultimate loser, but I just wanted to give a special shout out to Tamlin because he sucks. It's awful. But my ultimate loser is the Adder. He sucks also. He was an awful prisoner once they took him. Like, it really didn't take much for him to, like, talk. Yeah, he was just, like, the worst. He even lost the Dave Bautista role, so even Dave...
That's true.
Yeah, we even took
was
that away
taken
from
away.
you.
Yeah, you suck.
You kind of suck. And Tamlin, you suck, too.
I want to give it to the King of Hybern, but I more want to give it to Ianthe.
Yeah, that's a great one. Don't even know why I did not have that.
She betrayed Tamlin by giving up Feyre's sisters. Just, we see through your shit, and just earlier in the book, we talked about whether Feyre was actually her friend or not.
Yeah. And now we know she was obviously just getting information. I feel like even when we talked about, like, the cringe stuff, even with the water wraith, when the water, like, just that.
Oh, another cringe moment is the moment where Rhys shares with Feyre about Ianthe. And that memory.
Didn't I talk about that?
No.
I think what I just was saying, I just had Ianthe in general.
Oh, okay.
I said, like, when he shows Feyre, like, the memory, like, that was, yeah. I feel like she had a lot of the cringe moments, and okay. I think she wins that.
Yeah, she does win.
She does.
Congratulations, girl.
Yeah, you're an awful person. You win.
Okay, we need to do the ultimate, not the ultimate, okay, so the most valuable object.
Yes.
So this is a new category. Because when we were continuing to do our MVPs, we kept doing objects. Not kept doing, but we did it a few times. So
we shouted them out a little bit.
Yeah. So the nominees are the bath in the night court.
Yes, when she first
Hewn
arrived.
City. The cabin. The toilet that Feyre threw up in.
Yep.
And the inn that had only one bed.
Yeah. All
What
great
is
candidates.
Your most valuable object.
I have one that's not on the list.
Oh.
I want another shout out.
Okay.
The bone.
What?
The bone that was used to see the bone carver.
Oh, that's a really good one. Yeah.
Right? Because then I just got to thinking, I just want to shout that out because it's a great, it was like a nostalgic one. Mm-hmm. And then it was used to get more information. Mm-hmm. And I completely had forgotten about the bone carver.
Yes.
And I just wanted to kind of shout out that whole
scene.
We
haven't forgotten you, guy.
Yeah. But I think the cabin wins because the cabin has a bath. That sounds amazing. It gives you everything that you want, really. And just, it was such a detrimental scene that happened there.
Yeah.
So the cabin has my vote.
Okay, I'm going to give it to the inn.
Oh, okay.
The inn and the one bed. It really progressed the relationship of Rhys and Feyre.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know, it might not have been... The wheels may have not turned as fast as they did without your only occupancy being the tiny bed. Yeah.
In the tiny room.
Yeah.
Forced proximity. Congratulations to the cabin and the inn.
Okay, our last award. Our last award of the night is the overall MVP of the season. So the most valuable player in this season.
Again, I have two things. I have my winner and I have a shout out. My shout out obviously goes to my lover Cassian, providing the humor and just the friendship and great lines. Just really great like little lines. I just love shouting out Cassian. But my ultimate winner is Resand. I think just finally seeing his perspective of things and everything he had was happening while we were kind of like on the other side. Really just like, again, the chapter 54 shout out. Also because he's so cool. He's like pockets in his hands all the time. Flirty one-liner things that he says. The support that he gave to Farah. He could have easily just been like, I'm your mate and this is that. But he wanted her to like figure things out for herself. Overall MVP.
Yay!
Yay, Reese.
My overall MVP is Resand.
Yay! So he's really the winner.
Okay, so he has patience and restraint knowing that his mate was with someone else. Like,
Yeah.
that is, I don't know how you did that.
No.
And then even when she ended up in the night court and she's working alongside them, he was able to
Just like build a friendship with her. Yeah.
I don't know. And I think maybe this comes back to the Bride episode that we did too, and like what the definition of love is.
Yes.
And I think he showed her that, which is sort of, it's not possessive, which is sort of what we compare Tamlin to.
And I think also just coming from the whole Tamlin experience, it's like everything he's done is almost like magnified, where you're like, oh, which yes, it should just be like the basic things, but it's almost so much more because Tamlin was so awful.
Yeah. But I guess that whole conversation was just like, you want the best for someone, even if it doesn't include you. And then I just really liked his overall story, like hearing more of his backstory and just how Resand is. So he's a bit of like a self-sacrificer.
Yes.
Like at moments he is a people pleaser. So he is like not having transparent conversations with some of his friends, for example, to not upset people.
Yes,
but
he's like hiding in the house and having nightmares and no one knows about it. And
yeah, he doesn't want to upset anybody, right? But like for people like that, they're like underneath there's a lot of insecurity and like feelings of unworthiness and like they're trying to make everyone else happy.
But I think even the summer court, which I did love this moment. I forgot about it as per usual. But when they have like the drink and how we were like, oh, I forgot this when he says like the stars who listen line. But he kind of just admits that he just thinks he's never going to be able to have all these things. And that's just how it is. And he just will keep going along and kind of the self-sacrifice type of thing you said.
Yeah, that's the exact sort of quote that explained that, right? Like, this is for other people like Tarquin. Yeah. So it was a really good insight. And the scene that was Feyre in Rhys's fight under the...
Right, yes.
From the Court of Nightmares.
Yeah, we really got to see just, like, so much more of him. And I think also, yes, learning about, like, his past, where he was raised, how he was raised, his relationship with Tamlin. Yay, Rhys.
He won!
Congratulations. Please come accept your award. Just take your time. You can come accept it.
Okay, what do you think at the end of this book?
This book just makes me happy. Obviously, lots of shitty things, like, happen, but I just love Rhys and Farah's whole journey through this, learning so much more about it, like, mainly Rhys, I think, and just seeing, like, the shit he went through, but then, like, actually seeing them finally be together. I feel like in any book, that's always, like, such a reward. Like, oh, they're finally, like, you know what's gonna happen. It's just, like, they'll lead up, and then it finally happens, and, yeah, I think just from start to finish, and, like, with Farah, just so much happened. Like, it's crazy to think that, like, that Tamlin stuff was at the beginning of this book, and just felt like this book was, like, a very great journey for the two of them.
I like the pace of the progression.
Yes. even though I was very upset that they're separated. I feel like the first time I was more upset. Like, this time I'm not as upset. Because I'm like, oh, it's going to be a funny time. The first time I was like, no, I'm like, they finally are together. They're married.
We'll see what happens.
Drama, drama, drama.
Well, we're going to take a break from the actor series, but we'll be back talking about it. Okay. Signing off, the winner of the cocktail countdown. I would flip my hair if I had hair to flip.
Well, you have hair. It's just stuff in the bun.
Well, it's just loose strands that are coming out of my contained hair bun.
Yeah. Okay, congratulations, cocktail winner.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.